The federal government keeps track of how well students are able to pay back money they borrow to go to college across the country. Mississippi has the highest number of people who can't pay it back, or the lowest student loan repayment rate. People in the Pine Belt say that debt is a factor in every decision, from daily bills to big purchases like cars and homes.
At 26, I'm $45,000 in debt. How did that happen?
Tyra Willamore says this isn't where she wanted to be at 26 years old, but it's a picture that can be drawn for many of the more than 41 million Americans with about $1.4 trillion in college loan debt.
I'm living to survive. I'm living to pay every bill. Like, I'll work. I mean, I held 3 jobs going in and getting my bachelor's. I don't live anymore. I live to work. That's all I do.
The government tracks colleges having the most problems and the percentage of students successfully paying their loans back. Statewide, Mississippi students have the lowest repayment rate in the country at just 48%.
That means a lot of students probably are not getting what they bargained for out of that college education.
Do you feel like you're getting the value that you paid for a degree?
Absolutely not.
In the Pine Belt, Jones County Junior College sits right at the state average, with 48% of students repaying loans. At PRCC, 49% are paying loan money back, and at William Carey, 69% of students are repaying.
81% is a relatively good repayment rate, but it's not good. 20% of the people are not paying down their loans, even at the good schools.
The problem is worse at many for-profit schools, where even fewer people are able to repay. Locally, Antonelli College and the Academy of Hair Design 6 only have about 30% of students repaying their student loans.
I think there have been huge abuses where CEOs make millions of dollars and they leave 60–70% of their student body with student debt and no meaningful degree.
I think that raises real questions about program quality.
But even at schools like Southern Miss, where nearly 3/4 of people are able to repay their loans,
I'll be paying that for the rest of my life.
We have to have large systemic reform that might offer community college for free or other offers, but we don't have years to fix that.
One of the changes he'd like to see now, helping students better understand what they're doing and what they'll have to repay when they sign up for loans.
All you do when you sign up for student loans is you click, 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 and that's it. You're on that, then you're in debt right there, $20,000.
Let's make sure that students, before they sign up for this massive amounts of student debt, get a little counseling.
I don't have a job, and my student loans kick in February, $400 a month. I mean, without a job, how do you pay for that?
People with student loans can't declare bankruptcy. They're the only kind of loans in our nation's history to be stripped of that protection. So if that debt continues to build and Willamore can't make her monthly payments,
I would have to defer my student loans or pay a minimum payment on them.
And the government makes money if she does.
They not only make an incredible profit on student loans, they actually make a profit on defaulted student loans. So for every dollar the government pays out on default claims, they get back about $1.10 or 20 cents.
It's crazy. It's like this huge snowball effect that is just tumbling and getting larger and larger, and there's no way to fix it.
Senator Warner says there may not be a quick fix, but says there are some ways to alleviate loan repayment stress immediately.
Income-based repayment, allowing companies to use pre-tax dollars to help pay down student debt, making sure that students get financial counseling before they take out these loans, and a real hard conversation with our colleges and universities about keeping their costs in check.
But for now, Willamore is just working to keep her head above water.
Is there ever a moment where everything's paid off and you're like, oh, here's an extra $500 sitting around? No, because you've got all this debt, so you're like, oh, just add it to that. You know, like it never stops.